right? What do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
You might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts! Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again! Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.
It's time!
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. How is everyone doing tonight? So, you saw that we pretty much jumped straight into the show tonight because we have a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot to cover. Yep, a lot of stuff to do, a lot of things to talk about, a lot of work to do. We are going to explore something that I have never explored before. We are going to look at the Airflow, the Apache Airflow container. And we'll get into it a little bit more why that we're going to do that. But that is the plan for today. Or for tonight, I should say. I need a hat. Without a hat, oh my goodness. Let's go backwards. All right, cool. All right, feeling much, much better now. And early on to start off, shout out to Stephanie. And let's put this up right here. Boom. Check out the Patreon if you haven't done so already. All right, so a lot of things to cover tonight. Let me get my notes. And Stephanie, how is your week going so far? All right, got the notes right here. And can you guys believe it's already Thursday? It's like the week just started. My goodness, time is flying when you're busy, right? Time is absolutely flying when you are busy. All right, let's get. So this camera is always getting messed up because my son comes in here and he starts to play with these buttons and. Oh, anyways, ways. And Stephanie says it's been busy. Has it been good busy or bad busy? The people, what? Oh my God. Interviews galore. Look at that. Look at that. They're just coming left and right now. So, hard work pays off. So, this is what we're going to do actually. I'm going to do some water, my goodness. So, before we start off, I'm going to read a little something to you. And when it gets to my name, I want you to put your name in there. All right? So, we're going to try this together, okay? Here we go. 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 And let me pull this up. Should have did this a little bit earlier, but it is what it is. So, we are going to start here. Give me a second to find it. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right. Are you with me here? Are you with me? Tell me if you're with me. Okay. So we're going to read this. I'm going to read this to you, and I want you to imagine it as I'm reading it. Okay. So here we go. All right. And I'll tell you where it's from after I read it. Okay. It says, what if I told you the importance of finding your purpose was overblown? What if there was never a such thing as your good friend purpose? What if it doesn't matter what you do with your time here? What if it's all arbitrary and life doesn't give a flying if you want to be happy? What then? All I know is this. I am Tech Coach Ralph. I exist. Therefore, I complete what I start. I take pride in my effort and in my performance in all phases of life. Just because I am here. If I'm lost, I will find myself. As long as I'm on planet Earth, I will not half-ass it. Anywhere I lack, I will improve because I exist and I am willing. So replace your name or replace my name with your name, right? And does that ring true? Do you share that same sentiment? Right? So where did I get that from? Right? I got that from David Goggins' new book, Never Finished. And I believe that we all should have that never finished attitude, that never finished mentality. Always keep striving, always keep pushing. Today, this morning, 5:45 a.m., got on the computer, signed up for the next jiu-jitsu competition in Miami coming in November, and whatever happens, happens, but I'm going to get out there, right? It's going to be a rough next 6 weeks, but I live for this. I was made for this. All right? So let's say that one last time, right? One last time. Let's say that one last time. I am Tech Coach Ralph. I exist. Therefore, I complete what I start. I take pride in my effort and in my performance in all phases of life because I am here. If I'm lost, I will find myself. As long as I'm on planet Earth, I will not half-ass it. Anywhere I lack, I will improve because I exist and I am willing. All right. So that's the sentiment. That's the mentality. That is how the barbarians roll. And if you disagree with it, then you're not a barbarian, right? So you can go over there and, have your pity parties. But barbarians do not have pity parties, as Stephanie well knows. All right. So let's move on. All right. We complete what we start. Never finished. Always working. Always grinding. So first and foremost, tonight's topic, we're going to be getting into Airflow and Selenium-Wire, requested all the way from across the globe. All right. But before we do that, what's our agenda for tonight? First and foremost, thank you to all the latest subscribers who are, we are rapidly growing. We, just trying to add value. Like I said, I believe in everything that you do, everything that I try to put my name, associate my name with, that I put my hand in. I just want to add value. Like sometimes I might take on too much because I want to add value and I have to do a good job, and because the quality of my work is associated with my name. All right. So that's the goal. That's the mission. Adding value into every one of your lives. All right. So shout out to the newest subscribers. And in particular, shout out to, that's not what I wanted to click. Shout out to, well, that's not working. All right, hold on. One last try. Shout out to There we go.
I appreciate
Philip
you.
Robinson, thank you for subscribing. I've seen Philip in the Discord for a long time, and we finally connected today. So shout out to you, Philip. And I have a special horn for Chinera. So we're in the same Discord. I was talking to her yesterday, right? Actually, for the past few days, I've been talking to her. She's a test lead, and she was like, and here's the thing, right? Here's the mindset, and this is how I know people who are going to be successful, who are going to win, right? Because the type of questions that they ask. So, and we're like, in the Discord, we're talking. I found out a few weeks ago she's a tester, so we're talking, and I said like, hey, what is it that you're looking for? Everything like that. She gave me some insights, some details. I'm like, all right, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And she goes, actually, I do have a question, right? And she asked her question. And I said, oh, okay. This is what you can do to adjust, and and I was like, you know what? Don't even send me your resume. I sent her the email of the typical feedback that I normally give, and she started making the adjustments. And then she asked, oh, I have a question about this. I'm like, all right. And I answered her question. She made the adjustment. Like within like a few hours, she made the adjustment. Right? Job fair today. Three potential companies that she might be able to land the job with. Right? So and she says like, oh, and I took your advice, and I think that's what really tipped the scales. Right? So what I'm telling you is, I know what I'm talking about, but you have to be willing to listen, and you have to be willing to put in the work. Simple as that. If you don't listen, you don't put in the work, then you are where you are, but I can see from miles away people who are going to be successful and people who are going to flake out. Right? So shout out again to Chinera. I told her she would get a special air horn tonight. All right. So now we move on. And of course, salute to the tech barbarians. See, and I pick and choose which ones I want to come to the show based on the relevance to what they're working on and to how busy they are, right? So we're always working, like 24/7. We congregate in a special spot, and we're always working. It's all about work, we have fun. We have fun too, but we have fun in the work. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna go out and do something fun. No, we find fun in our work. That's where all the glory lies. All right. So let's get into our show schedule. What's our live show schedule? Sunday afternoons, we have software explorations. We are working through Terraform. All right. I'm having a great time working through Terraform. Like this past Sunday, I was able to correlate how QA automation, like the way I do QA automation, and I was able to port that knowledge to do Terraform. And through that, we're able to set up an AWS EC2 instance with, we were able to set up an EC2 instance, right? And then we're just going to keep moving forward on that little project, because the way that I learn, right? I'm not a theorist. I'm not going to hit you with these big and fancy words that I can't even spell. I can't even say it, because most of those words have more than 3 syllables, right? And if Natasha was here, she would know. She knows exactly what I'm talking about when I get to those 3-syllable words. It's a mess, right? But I'm not a theorist, so I don't need to use big words. I'm a practitioner, right? So I figure out how to do the work, and then I Stephanie, the way that I explained Docker to you, right? How easy was that to understand? Did I even use words with more than 2 syllables to explain it? All right? But that's the point. I go out and I learn the complex stuff, right? And I use it, and now I'm able to explain it. That's how I'm able to do these shows, right? Because I take the stuff that it's all these documentations and words that don't make no sense to me, and I figure out how it works, and then I break it down to myself, and then I'm able to break it down to you, right? I'm not a theorist. I'm a practitioner, right? While the practitioners are winning, the theorists are theorizing, right? So it is what it is. I don't know. Like, when Don gets here, he'll get here eventually. But when Don gets here, you'll see. Like, he knows what I mean. All right. So Terraform on Sundays, it's going great, and just want to add this real quick, right? Whatever your role is, whether you're a software engineer, a web developer, a QA engineer, DevOps, whatever the case is, right? Cross learning, like knowing how to do multiple different things, makes you more powerful, right? It's like having all 5 Infinity Stones, right? If I can do Terraform, I can add more value. I get appreciated more. That leads to even better job security. And if you ever have to take your talents to South Beach, right? You can demand more. A lot of people, I hear them complaining about, like, oh, this job, they're not contacting me, that, all that stuff, right? But make yourself bulletproof. If you are actively looking for a job, right? Because let's say you're not working right now, so you're like, oh, I need to find a job. Stephanie, how many hours a day are you working? Like, on the stuff everything that you're learning, how many hours a day that you're working on your own, figuring it out, right? Like, to me, if you're not working like 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day, you're not putting in the time that you need, right? And then once you get that job, you might. We all know you don't really work 8 hours at the job, right? So you need to put in extra time to develop yourself, right? Look at that. See, and this is why I dedicate so much time to working with Stephanie. 10 to 14 hours a day just to perfect her craft, learning Docker, right? Didn't know anything about Docker. Said, hey, I want you to try this. And then now she's creating her own stuff in Docker, right? I want you to go figure this out. Figuring out her own stuff in Docker, right? She's a practitioner, not a theorist, right? Shout out to the practitioners out there. Shout out to the practitioners, right? 10 to 14 hours a day. And then she comes back and like, oh, I think I figured it out. I want to show it to you. I'm like, all right, before you show it to me, do a little bit more. Go and do this. Okay, I got it. And then she comes back, I got it. Then we review it, and she got it. You know what I mean? And this is just the tip of the iceberg, because we have so much more that we're going to go into. Front-end development, back-end development, DevOps stuff. And it's not like you have to know it, like you have to be an expert in it, right? But enough that you can be dangerous. Enough that you can be dangerous. You don't have to be a black belt in every single of the different languages and stuff like that, or different technologies. But be a high-level white belt or be a blue belt, and you'll be dangerous. I'm able to I'm not a Docker expert by any means, but if I'm able to take something that's very important to my team and I'm able to put it together to get it to work, and it's been working great, amazing for the past 2 to 3 months now, that's adding value, right? And that's why we do the software explorations. That's why I'm going through Terraform. That's why I'm doing the Airflow with Selenium-Wire tonight, right? And I'm going to give some more context on Airflow, why I'm really interested in doing the Airflow part, right? So let me move on, right? So Sunday afternoon, software exploration, we're going through Terraform. Tuesday nights, we have our Q&A sessions, okay? Where I source questions from around the web, and I answer it for you. I answer your questions in the chat. But I am working diligently to be able to have you guys call in, and I can talk to you one-on-one, and I can answer your questions live on air, right? I'm working on that. Still trying to figure out the technology, the best way to do that. Once I get it, I will get back to you, and we will make that happen, right? It's probably going to be coming not next week, not the week after, but the following week after that, because I'm not sure about my schedule, not for next week, but the week after. Things are going to be happening during that week, so I don't know if I'll be able to do all of this, but we're going to figure it out. So Tuesday nights, Q&A sessions. Look out for the call-in show that's coming soon. Thursday nights, more software explorations. Like tonight. Tonight we're going to be working on Airflow. Yeah. With Selenium-Wire, going back to the root when I first got started in this office. Our first video was about Selenium-Wire. Okay. So that's our live stream schedule, our live show schedule. Sunday afternoons, software explorations. Tuesday nights, Q&A sessions, and Thursday nights, more software explorations. Typically right now focused on QA. All right. So shout out to the live shows. I love to interact with you guys. All right. So we also have pre-recorded content, right? So Mondays we have candid conversations. This past Monday, I spoke about being consistently professional, right? So I'll tell you this. You are a representation of yourself. You are your own brand, right? Every appearance that you have in a public setting, that is a representation of you. So why don't we always put ourselves in the best position to win? Especially if you're looking for something, right? Make yourself presentable. Make yourself presentable, right? Oh, but they should accept me as I am. Yeah, maybe. But do they? See, my favorite saying, nothing matters but the results. The only thing that matters is the results. So I really like how you feel. How I feel doesn't matter to me. Because if I'm losing, if I'm hungry, if I can't do what I need to do, then I really don't care about my feelings because I'm going to do what I need to do. I complete what I start. Right? Nothing really matters to me that much that I can't adjust to get the victory. All right? So, consistently professional. Always put yourself in a position to win, right? Check out the video. It's a good one. All right? It's a good, like the past few weeks, I've had some, even when I watch them back, I'm like, damn. Right? So, Mondays, candid conversations. Wednesdays, software explorations. We did a overview on unit testing yesterday. Very good, a very comprehensive overview on unit testing. If you're not familiar with unit testing, I'll definitely recommend you to check it out because if you are into QA, it's very important for you to know about unit testing, all right? And then Fridays, we have the bug bite. And tomorrow's bug bite episode is going to be about the Equifax cybersecurity breach in 2017 when about 150 million people's data was leaked. All right. So definitely check that out. All right. So once again, Mondays candid conversations, Wednesdays software explorations, Fridays the bug bite. And throughout the week, I am releasing clips of our Q&A sessions, putting it in bite-sized pieces. And soon I'm working on releasing the working segments. Where we do our 20 minutes like we're going to do tonight, or our 20-minute and 20-minute segments where, you can find out, particular parts of the show where we are working, take out all the extra fluff and you get straight to the point, because some people, they just want to get straight to the point. They're not looking to be entertained. They're not looking for all of that, for someone dancing in your video and all that. They just want to get straight to the point and, give them what they want. All right. Give them what they want. If work is what they want, then work is what they get. All right. And by this point, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, I don't know what you're waiting for, but go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell, like the video, share the video, all that good stuff. And if you haven't done so yet, of course, check out the Patreon. Check out the Tech Coach Ralph Patreon because I have exclusive videos in that. I go over and I edit my own resume and I make that resume available to you to copy and then modify it to your own needs, right? So I update it in a video and then I make I make it available to you so you can copy it. right? And more content. Like I plan on creating a video of what questions, like if you've been on interviews before and they ask you, do you have any questions for us? And you're like, oh, I don't know. And then you have to make up some silly question and you're like, what's your favorite movie? Right. And I'll tell you this with interviews, the slightest mistake, because especially if it's a panel, right? The slightest mistake that you make, and it might not even be a mistake, but one person can not like something that you said, or a way that you answered a question, or attitude that you had, or a question that you asked or didn't ask, and that can completely get you rejected, right? So many different things. You can have like two people say, "Oh yeah, I like this person," another person's like, "Nah," boom, you're done, right? So, so you have like you have it's such a strategy, right? I was telling somebody in a Discord today, because they're getting into like data science, security type stuff. I'm like, you know what? I'm not too familiar with the security sector, but I'll tell you this: I'm a strategist. Once you finish getting all the stuff you need to know, like I know how to handle the resume, I know how to handle LinkedIn, I know how to handle like how to prepare for interviews, doing mock interviews, right? How to train for that. Like everything is training. How to train for interviews, how to like what questions to ask in the interviews, right? So I think the next video I'm gonna do for the Patreon for my barbarians is what questions to ask in an interview. And you'd be surprised by the questions I'd say to ask. But those would be reserved for those who are deserving, right? Because not everybody's deserving. I'll get contacted by people like, oh, I need some help, and then I'm like, I give them some general basic feedback, right? And I say, all right, send it to me when you're ready. And I never get it from them, never hear from them again. They fall off the face of the earth. But then I see them on LinkedIn, making those posts begging for people to give them an opportunity. Nope, no. We do not just give opportunities. You have to earn it. You have to earn it, which is going to lead us into our next segment. But before I can even get to that segment, before I can get there, right?
Please offer me your energy. I ask of you, please.
All right. So remember on Tuesday, I was reading through talking about a boot camp, right? And their quote unquote how they market, from in 6 months, you can go from being a teacher to being a Red Hat Linux certified person getting a job making $100,000 a year, right? In 6 months, from maybe $40,000 a year being a teacher, maybe less, to $100K, no experience needed, right? Or you get a refund, right? So that was the one on Tuesday. But here, this is what I did. I found a different bootcamp, right? And they also have a refund policy. They used to have their pricing right on the website, but all of a sudden, the pricing is no longer there. Yup, no longer there. So I said, you know what? Let me look up their refund policy, and we're gonna do a little bit of math. All right, we're gonna do a little bit of math. So I'm gonna read this one point that I want to read from this, right? So in order to qualify for the refund, right? Follow me here. In order to qualify for the refund, you must apply keeping written proof of all, and I repeat, of all submissions during the 12 months for qualifying positions in the desired metropolitan area by submitting applications through job search platforms, LinkedIn, Jobs, Glassdoor, Indeed, ZipRecruiter, Google Jobs, Career Builder, Dice, Monster.com, with the help of that Bootcamp's job application platform. Application volume. So here's the part, right? Here's the part that I want you to see, right? Application volume must be no less than, all right? You guys following along? So listen carefully. Listen carefully.
Message.
Application volume must be no less than for 6 months, for the first 6 months of 12-month term, 95 applications per week. Did you catch that? Did you catch that? 95 applications per week. Or 380 per month. So the first 6 months, 95 per week or 380 per month. Right? So now for the remaining period, of the 12 months, 50 applications per week or 200 per month. So here's what we're going to do, right? Here's what we're going to do. Bear with me for a second. Let's do this together. I'm going to delete that and we're going to go here real quick. And we're just going to do it together a bit. All right? We're going to go here and we're going to go to all right, so we have our little nifty calculator here, right? And we're going to say 95 a week. So let's just do 380 because I don't want to calculate 95 weeks of 6 months. So let's do 380 a month times 6. So in 6 months, you have to have applied for 2,280 jobs, right? So let's table the 200. So we'll table that, and then so 2280. Okay. Now we're gonna do for the remaining 6 months 200 per month, right? So 2280. All right. So we're gonna do 200 times 6 is 1,200 plus 2280. So again, right? So we're at, in a year's time, you must have applied to 3,480 jobs. So that means you have to have had, in whatever variation, 3,480 no replies, rejections, etc. in order to qualify for a refund, right? One second. What's going on here? And then, but keep in mind, you must apply keeping written proof of all 3,480 submissions during the 12 months for qualifying positions in the desired metropolitan area, right? So now here's a question. Bro, we're gonna do one more thing then. We are gonna do one more thing. One more thing. But wait, there's more. If I go here, and I go to, I'm going to go pull up LinkedIn real quick. And I go to jobs, and I go to QA engineer. So let me share the screen with you. All right, so QA engineer, and I say in Fort Lauderdale. and I say, you know, in the metropolitan area, so I'm going to have to do on-site and hybrid. Uh-oh, there's a problem. Do you guys see what the problem is? Seven, do you see what the problem is? There's less results in the amount of applications I need to put in. If I applied for all of these, like, I need to do 380 a month, right? There's only 463. How is, like, the math ain't mathin'? The math ain't mathin'. It doesn't say, see, and that's why Stephanie is an amazing QA engineer. Cause she quickly spotted that, like, there's not enough jobs to make the 3,000. What's my number? I need to make 3,480 applications. And I'll tell you this, right? If I was to go through that many rejections, somebody's going to be an unhappy camper. Somebody's going to share my misery. I'll tell you that, right? Because apparently they did not prepare you for something. And this is what triggered this, right? This is what triggered this. I was talking to somebody on LinkedIn the other day, right? And, you know, sometimes people reach out to you just at the right time, because I reached out to them, you know, I saw them introduce themselves somewhere, and I was like, you know, I noticed this, and, you know, I'm just curious, like, I saw the boot camp that you went to, and I was just wondering, like, how is everything going, you know? So, you know, of course, people say they're doing great, but then after they start breaking it down, they're not doing as great as people. Most people are not doing as great as they say that they are. See, me, when I say I'm doing great, I'm always doing great. I'm always phenomenal, you know, because it comes from within, right? I create my environment. I create what I create. I'm an engineer in my life. I'm an engineer to win. But, you know, but they start breaking it down. It's like, oh my God, so many rejection after rejection. Sometimes I get to this part of the interview, but then, you know, it just doesn't work out. And I'm like, and they said, like, I really thought about quitting and going back to my old industry, right? But, you know, I appreciate you, you know, kind of give me another spark, right? Maybe I'm a spark plug sometimes. But I told him, like, look, you done paid all this money for this boot camp already. How can you go back? I'm like, it's probably little tweaks and stuff that you need to make, right? Probably little tweaks and stuff that you need to make to your resume, to the things you say in interviews, all that type of stuff. And you probably need to work on more, like, build out your portfolio more, work on, you know, try to freelance a little bit better to actually have stuff to add to your portfolio, all that good stuff, right? But and that triggered me to go look at that boot camp's policy. And imagine if this person quit. They just finished the boot camp not too long ago. They're frustrated. They're fed up. They're not getting the promises that were made to them. It's not happening. They definitely haven't applied for their 3,480 jobs. They're 380 a month for the first 6 months, or they're 200 for the last 6 months. So they're just gonna throw everything down the drain. And I looked at their portfolio, right? From the stuff that they put, although it might have been like some hand-holding from the boot camp to create it, you know, which is what I suspect happens in there. But it was pretty good work. But they were about to quit. It's frustrating, but it's not all that it's cracked out to be. All right. So I just wanted to share that with you. 3,480 applications, 3,480 no replies, 3,480 rejections, 3,480. Oh, we decided to go to with another candidate who was more experienced. You have to go through that 3,480 times before you can even qualify for the refund, which at that point, I'm sure that they're going to say, oh, on this month, you applied for 379. It was supposed to be 380. Yeah, but on the following month, I applied for 390. Well, our policy strictly says, right? You know, that's when contracts really get enforced, when it comes time to giving back some money, you know. Our policy says on your spreadsheet that you provided that you were supposed to apply for 380 jobs this month. You only did 379 on your 6th month. Therefore, no soup for you. All right. So that's how the cookie crumbles. But February is a shorter month. I just didn't have the ability to apply for the 380th job. Well, you should have took that into consideration. Hey, you went through a QA boot camp. You should have QA'd better. And that's probably why you don't have a job. Now that's just hurtful, right? That's just hurtful. But it's a business. It's a business. Like, you guys think that they really care about you. But they starting new cycles every 6 months. They're starting new cycles. They're getting new numbers, new $10,000 seats filled, new $15,000 seats filled, right? You're a number. You know, people tell me, oh, you should create a course. Nope. Providing that Udemy gives me my affiliate link, I am more than happy to recommend you a Udemy course, and then I can work one-on-one with you, you know, for a small number of people. I'll work one-on-one with you to get you across the finish line and then get you in the position that you want, you know, help you get into the position that you want, through interview preparation, sometimes daily, sometimes twice a day, right? As Stephanie told you guys the other day, sometimes twice a day, because my goal is to get you in that position that you want. And then that's when the real work starts, because now we start to level up from within, right? Stephanie will tell you all the strategies that we talk about on a daily basis. You know, it's like we're coworkers. It's almost like she's sitting right next to me and we're like strategizing, you know. Technically we are coworkers, right? So anyways, just wanted to give you more details about how these things are happening out here, right? Just wanted to share that with you. Anyways, we shall move on to the next topic.
Another one.
So I wanted to read this little, Don sent me this article today, right? It's to all my ISTQB and ASTQB fanboy and fangirls, right? So this article is titled, right? What the certification sales lady said, right? It says, at the STAR conference this week, the lady at the ASTQB booth was Executive Director Lois Kostrowski. The ASTQB is the American chapter of the ISTQB. Here's the gist of the conversation we had about certification. So James says, do you need any experience to get certified? Lois says, no, just need to pass the exam. I should use my voices for this. James, let's do that. Hold on. All right. We're going to try something. We're going to do it on the fly, right? We're going to do this on the fly. Let's see how this goes. All right. Are you guys with me here real quick? Real quick. So where is it? Let's do it like this. All right. So we're going to go with Joe.
Sharon? Alright, so.
Here we go. Hopefully this works. All right, I'm totally trying this on the fly, all right? So, let's start over, right? So, James says, do you need any experience to get certified?
Lois says, no, you just need to pass the exam.
What are the benefits of certification?
JV. Just because there are almost 90,000 certified testers, it's fast becoming the norm. In just some countries, you can't get a job unless you have our certification.
But isn't there controversy surrounding certification?
No, the controversy is only around the other certification programs. When you're the big dog, there's no controversy.
Yes, she referred to her organization as the Big Dive. Are you a tester?
No, I run the organization.
You run the organization, but you're not a tester? How do you even know this program is any good?
I work with testers. I trust the experts on our advisory board.
Are you aware of any recognized industry experts who oppose the certification?
Yes,
Can you name them?
yes. Ken Tanner and James Bach.
I am James Bach.
Oh, I didn't recognize you.
Well, I'm glad you recognize that there is controversy. A turn to go?
She called after me. From your side.
So that is that story. And I'm going to talk about it a little bit more, but I need to fix my voice. All right. I have no idea how that sounded on your end. I have no idea how that sounded on your end, but I have to go back and listen to it and see how that went, right? But that is the story. And so here's a little snippet, like a little extra from the article, right? Here's what I take from that conversation. The ASTQB is using a combination of ignorance. Lois is ignorant of testing and feigned ignorance of the field. She pretends that there is no controversy in order to scare the ignorant into giving the ASTQB money. 90,000 people who have it, and buying into the ASTQB worldview. Plus, her organization is so arrogant that it believes it can ignore principled opposition to its behavior. Right? So, just wanted to read that because I found that very interesting. Don sent that to me earlier today, and I read over it, and I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, pretty much the same things that I always say. It's theory, it's big words, but no practicality. And it's interesting, right? Because in one of the discords that I'm in, a QA Discord, that when I first started interacting with the people in there, they were like very ISTQB, like answering stuff like that. But now they are becoming practitioners. I see them working on these projects, these complex projects, right? And one of them today told me that he tried Don's MP3 challenge. He tried Don's MP3 challenge and was finding, the little hidden bugs that Don purposely put in there. And I'm like, welcome to QA, buddy. Welcome to QA. Now you're a practitioner. Right? So shout out to that. And let's see here. Oh my gosh, I'm guessing that Stephanie was not sure what was going on with that. And good. So happy to have you here, good guy, because let's talk about good guy for a second, right? So I spoke to good guy like maybe a month and a half ago, maybe, and maybe even longer than that. And I'm like, all right, go ahead and get your resume right. I want to see your resume. And he never did it. So we had a conversation, I had a heart to heart last Friday, and I said, hey, good guy, by next Friday, which is tomorrow, I want to see your resume, your updated resume. And he was like, okay. I'm like, and I'm going to be checking up on you, during the week to make sure that, you get it done. And, good guy's is in the Patreon. I sent him a message in the Patreon. I'm like, hey, good guy, Friday's coming. And then I sent him a text like, hey, good guy, Friday's coming. And then I scheduled a meeting with him yesterday morning for 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, right? So we can have a quick resume review session. And guess what he did? Guess what good guy did? He declined my invite. No. I'm kidding. He did not decline my invite. He sent me his updated resume, and I started looking through it. It looks amazing. Now I can really give some real feedback. Now that we got past the fluff, and get some real feedback for a good guy on his new, improved, enhanced, super duper dope and cool resume. Nice, good guy. All right. And oh my God, like I have so much to do, but I have so much to share. Okay, last thing, right? You know how I tell you guys that when I would get these recruiters reaching out to me on a daily basis, how I would forward it to one of my people? So I just wanted to read one that I got today, right? Let me read that. So, and I don't know who to forward it to. Anybody in South Florida needs a job? Anyway, so this says, Hi, Ralph. Hi. So my name is. Should I put the voice on again for this? No. I'm not gonna do the voice again. All right. So it says, my name is recruiter's name here, and I am a senior sourcing recruiter with name of the company here. It's a wine company, and we are in search of a principal, not a senior, not a staff, not a lead, a principal QA analyst. The ideal candidate has extensive experience working with SQL and automation testing and extensive ETL, as well as prior experience leading a team. This is a full-time, she put full in capital letters, full-time salaried position with great, and I repeat, great benefits. We offer a flexible in-office schedule 2 days a week, based in either Dallas or South Florida. Anybody in Dallas out there? Dallas or South Florida? Sunny South Florida. If this role is of interest, I would love to connect for an exploratory conversation. Please let me know what your availability to chat this week. Looking forward to connect. Recruiter's name goes here, and technical recruiter. Like I say, I get these messages on a daily basis, and I say, you know what? I'm good where I'm at, but maybe one of my barbarians can take it. Maybe. And then what I would do, I'd say, hey, recruiter name here. I'm currently not in the market right now. I am very happy where I'm at right now. However, I have a tech barbarian that I personally coach and mentor on a almost daily basis, making sure that they're at industry standard and they are always being innovative and exploratory and all that good stuff that you want. And I think they would be a great fit for that position. Here's their name, and I link them to their profile. Let me know if you'd like more information on them. And then what do I do after that? I take that message that I sent, that I received, and I forward it to that person. I say, hey, reach out to this person, send them your resume, connect with them, right? That's what I do for my barbarians. What do you do for yours? Right? Shout out to all the recruiters that reach out to me on a daily basis. And shout out to the tech barbarians that I get to forward their information to. All right? Okay. Enough is enough. We have had too much fun during the breaks. So we're getting to the show, right? We're going to work on Airflow, and I'm going to put the timer up starting now because talking about Airflow is part of the work today. So we're going to get to that. But, and in our 5-minute breaks, we are going to do searching for project management jobs. Why project management? Well, the reason is because somebody in one of the Discords I'm in, they are interested in doing project management. So what I read from them, what they posted, I'm like, oh, this is very good. So therefore, on tonight's show during the break, I'm going to start helping them out, and I'm going to look for project management jobs and see what's out there, what's the pay like, which industry of project management pays the most, and then I'm like, hey, I did some research for you, and there you go. Because that's what I do, right? That's what I do. So, and then, yeah, and then I think on Sunday we're going to be looking for QA jobs in the Tampa area because another one of my people, they live in the Tampa area and they looking for QA jobs in Tampa. So we're going to take care of that. And once a good guy is ready, I'll start looking for him too. But we are ready to get going. All right. So are you guys ready? Let's put our clock up. And I need a shared screen. So let me find this real quick. That went a lot longer than I expected, but so much information to share. So we are going to, where is that? Here. Put this over here. And let's close this out. Close that out. All right. So here. And then wait a second. You're from Tampa? Good guy? I didn't know that. Are you really? Or are you just messing with me? Mm-hmm. All right. So, and I need PyCharm in the other browser. Oops. That stays here. All right. So that goes here. Wow. I did not know that. Are you really moving back? Because I can just make Sunday a twofer. Search for both of you. Let's see. Which one has Selenium-Wire in it? Oh, I need to make a video about this behave thing that I did once. Let me see. Nope, not that one. Oh yeah, is it this? Oh yeah, it's this one. All right, cool. So, all right, perfect. All right, so I have the project for that we're going to use for Selenium-Wire. And all right, so historical context, right?
It's time to do.
All right, so historical context, right? I'm going to assume his name is John, right? But so we're gonna call him John. John from Taiwan. He sent me an email a few weeks ago, right? Saying, hey, he was watching one of my earlier videos where I was working on Selenium-Wire, and he was having some issues using the Airflow container. So John in Taiwan, see what time it is in Taiwan right now. It is currently 8:28 a.m. in Taiwan, right? So John in Taiwan, he sent me the email and I told him, oh, I'll be happy to look into it. Do you have the code anywhere that I can take a look at? So he pushed it to GitHub. So we're going to look at it in GitHub and then we're going to try to replicate his steps, but we're going to try to replicate it manually, not using the Docker Compose file, because I think that, so the same with Terraform, right? The same with Terraform, the way that we took our automation code and then we ported that to Terraform automation code, right? I think Docker Compose and the Docker build files are kind of like the same concept, right? So for me, I like to try to figure it out manually first and then I can put it in a file like a Docker Compose or something like that, and then that will happen. That'll cause it to be automated. But like I always say, before you can automate something, you have to understand it manually first. The worst automated testers are the ones who suck at manual testing. Got that? The worst automated testers are the ones who suck at manual testing.
Message.
All right. So with that being said, I am going to we're going to look at his GitHub repo that he posted specifically for me, right? And you'll see why I say specifically for me. And we're gonna go and we're gonna try to recreate this using Docker, using Airflow manually. We might have to connect to the Docker container and do some stuff in there, but we'll see. All right. So with that being said, without further ado, let's get into it. All right. So this is I'm actually liking the making the screen a little bit smaller because then you can see the whole screen. And let's make this bigger. And I'm not covering it, so I think that helps a lot. Okay, so this is let me move this over a bit. Okay, cool. Hold on a second. Okay. So, like I said, once we get to 0, we're going to take our 5-minute breaks, look for some project management jobs, but we will go here. Right, so let me fix this camera a bit. Okay, cool. So nice and centered. All right, so the reason I say it's specifically for me because it says, hello, Ralph. Well, hello to you too, John, from Taiwan. Thank you for helping me to find the problems. I think I need to introduce myself first. My name is, well, his name is not John. His name is not John, unless that's Taiwanese for John, but it's Haisel Yu, and I live in Taiwan. My current job is data engineer. My mother language is Chinese, so I'm trying my best to write in English. John, you are doing a phenomenal job writing in English. I wish I could do it 1/1 millionth of the quality writing in Chinese. All right. So he has his Docker Compose file, his Docker Compose YAML file, right? And here, as you see, the setting of the Airflow is the same as the official, right? Airflow. So the installation steps, right? He's going through the Docker build. He has his own image of the Airflow, right? And then he initializes the database where he does Docker Compose up Airflow init. And then he does to have Airflow running, Docker Compose up -d for detached. Should have pop quiz Stephanie say what does the -d mean? So act like you didn't hear what I said. What does the -d mean, Stephanie? Okay, so I think because of my code needs to be executed within the container, I need to start a proxy server to provide services. As you can see in the Docker Compose, I add mitm proxy below, and I will set Selenium-Wire to proxy server Airflow mimt proxy -1 on port 8080. So his architecture. Wow, this guy's good. So, wait, this guy's good. All right. Tell you were the overachiever in school. Always try to get the extra credit, right? Yes, you are completely right. Not taking up the terminal. Completely right. Okay, so he has his diagram, Airflow container, as you said. I think it's a proxy setting problem. So Apache Airflow, it goes to the mitm proxy, Selenium grid hub, and all that. Here I set the address of 000, and I use port 8080. I tried to set Airflow mitm proxy -1, but got an error. I put 2 cases below, run Python in Airflow web servers. In this case, I ran the code in Airflow web servers. I got nothing back. So as import logging, Selenium-Wire, import WebDriver, import, and then logging. Okay, logging levels, and then all right. So here is the code that's important. All right, so this is false. Address 0000, port 8080. So okay, so Chrome options, WebDriver.Chrome options. Add the argument for the proxy server. Chrome options, okay. And then, all right, so driver, WebDriver remote. So here we're passing the, so here I wonder where this is being executed from. What does it say? Because if this is running from your local computer, then that might not work. Let's see. All right, so the log says this is on port 8080, localhost. So that's the log. Airflow container runs Selenium-Wire in Selenium Grid. Because here is just a demo of my Airflow environment, so I'm not sure the code in here can run normally. The Airflow container will be fetch Twitter and it will be module, okay. All right, cool. So here's what we're gonna do. Let's do draw.io again. So let's say decide later, and what we're gonna do. So first things first, via Docker, we're going to set up Airflow container. And if I look back at his stuff here, he has Airflow, he has the MIMT, Selenium Grid Hub, and then the nodes. But the thing I don't see is, okay, so he said, I ran the code in Airflow Web Server 1. I'm guessing this is Airflow Web Server 1. Run Python and Airflow Web Server 1. So, all right, so what I'm thinking is, we're here, set up Airflow Docker container, and we're gonna say, make sure Python, Docker, Selenium, Grid are installed on Airflow container. So what we'll do, we'll also look to see what comes by default in the Airflow container. All right. And then we are going to copy the automation code into the container. And then we will run the code. And everything should work just fine that way, right? Of course. So that is our plan of attack, right? That is our mission state, or that's our mission, right? So now let's go to Docker Airflow. And let's go to this one. So, let's see. What about Airflow? So, Apache Airflow, or simply Airflow, is a platform for programmatically author, schedule, and monitor workflows. Oh, and I wanted to mention this, right? The like outside of helping go with John again. Outside of helping John, right? Um, because he took the time to do all of this, right? And to send me an email and everything asking for any feedback. And I'm like, oh, let me go learn about Airflow, right? But being that he's a data engineer, that even piqued my interest even more, because now I get to learn some of the tools that data engineers use, because I have the best, the greatest, the most magnificent up and coming data engineer who has ever walked the face of the earth. Now I get to bring that back to them and say, hey, we're going to add this onto our list of things that you need to learn, so you can take that into whatever it is that you're doing. All right, getting the infrastructure ready for you before, like, right now she has no idea about Docker, she has no idea about Airflow, no idea about none of that stuff, right? But I do. And when she's ready, we're gonna, like, all right, now we're going to move on. We're going to transition to getting your infrastructure set up, because once you get into that interview, right, and you're like, yeah, and I used Apache Airflow with Docker to be able to run these tests and get generate data this way, and be like, okay, interview's over. Here's your offer. When can you start? And that's why, that is the other side. It might be a little selfish, but my goal is to help John and to help my data engineer, right? Everything I do is it's very purposeful, right? Everything I do is very purposeful. So that's why we're here, right? That's part of it. So here we are, and let's see, how do we do this? Installing Airflow. Okay, let's see. So let's see, where's the Docker image to start Airflow? All right, so we can do, so the latest version of Airflow would default Python 3.8. The latest release Airflow. All right, so we can do, so a slim one. You can also use a slim container that contains a core Airflow and about half the size of the regular image. I wonder what the regular image includes. Let me see. What's included? So in the regular one, not extras. All right, let's see. All right, let's just do the latest one. So first things first, we are going to pull the image. So I have to start up Docker as well. So Docker's up, and we need a terminal. Move that over here. Docker PS and Docker. Oh, we already copied it. Docker pull Apache Airflow, latest, and it's downloading everything. Let me see if I can make this bigger. Yep. Stephanie, we're still there. How much time did it take you to set up Jenkins using Docker the other day? Oh, and I saw Good Guy. He completed a course on Jenkins too. So, Good Guy, do you know what's next? The next thing I'm going to target for you? I hope you said LinkedIn. Yep. Just a few minutes, up and running. And then tell them what I had you do afterwards. After we got it set up together, what did I have you do afterwards? So right now, Docker is downloading all the different images or layers of the image to put together the the entire image of Airflow. And then we need to find out how we're going to. Actually, I can probably find out from his. Yeah, I can find out from his. From how do I say his name again? What's from Haisu? I'm gonna stick with John because I don't want to butcher his name. We'll go with John from Taiwan. Yep, we totally removed it. I said, all right, now that we've done it together, I want you to wipe it out and reinstall it using Docker on your own. And how did that go after you did that? All right, so all right, almost done. So we are going to. I guess we can just build his image. Where is this Docker Compose coming from? Let me see. Like I said, we're practitioners over here. We're not theorists. Because I could have said, hey, go watch this YouTube video, go read this book about Docker and about how to how it works and all that stuff and how Jenkins works on it, and just read a bunch of documentation. But after he did it, delete it, do it over again, and boom, smoothly did it again in just a few minutes. But wait, there's more. It also helped when I installed Selenium Grid next. Right? So with that, what is the next thing I told you to do?
Lunch break! Lunch break!
After you got Selenium Grid installed, right? And you got Jenkins installed, what's the next step in the project that I have you working on? All right. So right now we have our Airflow image. Image is different from container, right? You know what? I don't know where I should put this, right? Could be a software explorations, or it could be put in the Patreon. But I might do the overview of Docker as a software exploration. But I might put how I break down, how I explained it to Stephanie, how to understand Docker better. I might put that part in the Patreon. I think that's what I'm gonna go with. Gotta make a note of that. Note to self: make Patreon video breaking down Docker from someone who doesn't speak in more than 3-syllable words, which is me. Okay, so and then Stephanie says, set it up with a test I'm automating. Thank you very much.
I appreciate you.
All right, so like I said, everything connects together, right? Everything connects together. So let's put our 5 minutes up for break time. And let's see here. Let me check some. All right. Now let's look up for these project management jobs for my dear friend Love C. I can't think of Docker any other way now. Don't tell him the analogy, because then yeah, you can't tell him the analogy. It's not gonna work out. Yeah, they're gonna have to join the Patreon for that. All right, so we're looking for project management. Project manager jobs. And I have absolutely no idea where she's located, so I'm just gonna do a general search. All right, so let's go to our.
Let's go! Let's go!
Ah, crap. So I'm gonna go back to 5 minutes. And I guess you just have a little bit extra time on this one. What I really wanted to do is this. There we go. Okay, so let's see. So I actually know personally about this job, and it's a tough one. You need to have your PMP certification for this job, because I have a few friends that work at this place, so I'm not even going to consider that one. So let's see this one, because Love C said she's interested in like construction type jobs, stuff like that. So one is on site, and I like, and those type of jobs, I'm pretty sure they're going to be on site, right? This one is probably not because yeah, it's not. This is. Look, that's the thing. Project management is so vast, right? Because you can do IT project management, you can do construction project management. So let's see. Hughes Brothers Construction is now hiring 201 employees to 500 employees. Small but middle small size company. HBC is a leading heavy civil contractor specializing in large site infrastructure, underground utilities, roadways throughout Central Florida. That, Love C, would be a pretty nice type of job, you know. Coordinate with project estimators as projects are awarded, review contracts and specifications in its entirety, initiate project buyouts, processes, and prepare purchase orders for supplier vendors. So what are the desired qualifications, right? Exceptional oral and written communication skills, exceptional organization and planning skills, being computer proficient, a BS in civil engineering or construction management is a plus. Previous experience with site development and heavy civil constructions. So this is probably also going to be another Patreon video, but the way that you break down how to use a resume to know how to break down a job description to know, one, what should be on your resume, two, what you need to learn in order to be able to get those jobs, right? Yeah. Let's see what else we got. So this one is project management for software development. This is a car wash place. Well, not a car. I think they sell car wash equipment, right? And the qualifications: bachelor's degree or equivalent work experience, 3 years of experience managing projects using formal project management disciplines, all that stuff. PMP or similar project management certification is a plus. And I'll tell you this, right? I know someone who passed the PMP, and that is a tough test, right? So tough that we thought about creating an application that helps study for the PMP. What do they do? Manage projects from conception through completion to ensure success as defined by adherence to standard of scope, budget, and timeline. Track project management, track projects against plans. So here's a recommendation that I'm going to give, right? If you're not in that field and you're looking to transition in that field, you also have to study the job descriptions. You have to study the job descriptions because by studying the job descriptions, right, that's going to help you know what they're looking for. And everywhere is not the same, but there are a lot of similarities, right? So you got to study the job descriptions, know what the people want, and then once you study that, then you go learn how to do it, right? So, for instance, track project against plan, anticipate events which may require contingency plans, recommend corrective actions, and ensure key stakeholders are kept informed, right? So this I would say is a requirement for any project management job, right? Find ways to practice this. Find in whatever you do, right? Find ways to practice it. Find ways to study it. Find ways to master it. Provide accurate and timely reporting of program status throughout its life cycle, right? Every project management job is going to have that. Run your family like a
Get a
project.
move on. Back to work. Chop, chop. Let's go. Come on, get a move on. Back to work. Back to work. Back to work.
Manage your life as a project manager. Manage your family as a project manager. And here's the thing, right? Here's the added benefit with this. I guarantee you, if you were to do that, your family will be utterly successful. Utterly successful. Because why do we have project managers? I hate to I know that Stephanie's here, so that's why I like to ask her, why do we have project managers in positions, right? Why do we have the project management position? Why do they handle the jobs the way, the team the way that they do? They handle the client the way that they do, right? So run everything that you do, and even more general, right? Run everything that you do as a job that you want, right? So I'm a QA engineer. I think in terms of QA engineering. You're a web developer. Think about everything that you do in terms of web development. You're a software engineer. Think of everything that you do in software engineering. You're a project manager. Think of everything that you do in project management terms. You're a product owner. Think of everything you do in product owner terms. It'll make the work that you do better, and it'll make the way that you apply it to your life better as well. So many times we want to totally separate our jobs from the things from our regular lives, right? But the reason that you get paid all the money you get paid to do your job is because it's effective. So if you apply that to your job, to your life, then that's even more effective. It makes your life even more effective. But then again, I don't think many people want effective lives. So anyways, in T-Ways, we are past our 5 minutes, and we will come back for maybe another round or two of helping Love C do some investigative research on the project management fields. All right. So let's get back to it. All right. Let's get back to it. Full screen here. And we're going to go back to John's thing here. And let's go back to the screen. So here we are. So we have installation steps, right? Docker build. Let me see. What else do I need to do? Let's see what we have in here. Docker file, Docker compose. Let me see what's in here. Using Mongo. Airflow server 8080. This is like some real serious stuff. Like, I did not know data engineers did all of this stuff. This is crazy. Put our time up.
Let's go! Let's go!
So let me see. So we have that proxy here. Port 8081. See, I'm debating on not adding this right here. So let me. I don't want to use a Docker Compose file, but let me see what else he has in here. Selenium hub. It's an ARM hub. Oh, so he must be using a Mac, right? So I think I'm gonna leave this off here. All right, so I wasn't gonna do it this way, but I just want to test out what he has here. So we're gonna clone this repo. So let's do copy that. And I need a place to put it. We're gonna go with, so we have Airflow. It's over here. Okay, it's over here. So we're gonna do git here first. So we're gonna do git pull or git clone. All right. And now we are gonna go here. All right, so we're gonna go to this screen where we have this. So what I want to do, okay, I don't know what that is, but let's go here. And I'm gonna go into the Docker Compose file, and I am going to disable this part right here, just for now. All right. Now is installing. And disable that. See what's in the Docker file. So he's installing Apache Airflow, the latest with Python 10. And then user root apt-get update. Okay. Oh, he's putting FFmpeg on there. Okay. I gotta talk to John. I gotta talk to John more. I'm like, now that I like, whenever I see FFmpeg, my eyes open a little bit wider. I'm curious to see what he's doing with this, but it's okay. Let's keep going. So now let's do a terminal here from within the app, right? See, I am no longer blocking it, so that's a good sign. And we're going to do, let's see. So from the documentation, I'm looking at it on the other screen. Oh, actually, I can look at it here. Let's do this. All right, so here's Docker Compose YAML. You can see the setting of the Airflow is the same as the official. So let's go here. We're gonna do Docker build -t isayo /airflow 100 no cache. So let's see what happens here. Build to solve front end Docker file. Okay, so let's go to cd Docker. Let's try that again. Huh, what's going on here? Internal load build definition from Docker file, transferring Docker to B. Build to solve with front end Docker file. Fail to read Docker file. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so wasn't in the right folder. Now the Docker file is being built. It's building the image. That takes a little bit. This is some advanced stuff, but I love it. I live for this. All right, and I'm gonna get my barbarians working on this stuff too. So right now it's building the image. You know what? Let's go to some hype music while we wait for this to happen, because when it comes to like building images and stuff, it is serious stuff. It's very intensive. So what we can do is let's go into battle. Where is it? This one? Yeah, that works. I suspect that we're probably gonna have to pick this up next week, because I don't think we're gonna figure out the whole entire thing this week. But the fact that we got it building, that's a good sign. Wow, that's happening. Let me install the Docker plugin. See, it shows right here it's building, you know. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. So right now it's on step 4 of 5 from docker.io, Apache, latest 3.10 version. Like I said, it takes some time, you know, because it's building. It's like it's building an operating system. You know, it's rendering an operating system. wonder how long this takes actually. I love the fact that we got a data engineer all the way from Taiwan who's reaching out to us over here. And then we're able to like, and here's the beauty of this, right? Here's the beauty. John in Taiwan, right? He built this. He needs some help. Tech Coach Ralph in South Florida is able to pull in his repo and start to build what he like. I'm working on what he was working on. It's 8:28 a.m. over there. Well, now it's probably like, what time is it right now? That's probably like 9 something. It's night, so they're exactly 12 hours ahead of us. It's 9:10 a.m. in Taiwan right now. But with the 12-hour difference, right? I'm able to get his code, right? I'm able to get his code, and I'm able to put it down here. And now I'm able to help troubleshoot. It's beautiful. Takes some time, but it's beautiful. Coach 305, absolutely. Hey, good guy, how familiar are you with Docker by any chance? I didn't check the Docker file. Okay, so it's a regular Docker file, that's fine. And inside the Docker file, right, you can add additional requirements and stuff like that if you need to. Which I wonder what requirements are there. Okay, so these are all right. So they're installing all the requirements. Oh, okay. Look at this, right? Look at some of this stuff. Pandas. Well, we're gonna have to change that. Coming soon. We will fix that. No, that's how you get yourself more marketable. So, all right, cool. So, I saw a lot of requirements. So the way that you see this is building an image, like the project that I worked on at work, every single time we would execute our automated test, it had to go through this process of building an image, and you see how long it's taking to do that, right? So what I did was, the story was to create an image of what we have to run, of the infrastructure of it, and store it in somewhere in AWS, so we can just pull the image when we didn't make changes to the Docker file. So that way we don't have to go through this step that it's doing right now every single time. So that was what we got accomplished. So let's go. And although I have a Docker with Jenkins and Kiwi image on personal PC, yeah, I mean that and that's what I mean by actually doing something, right? And that's the practitioner mindset. By you opening up Docker and installing Jenkins on it, installing Kiwi on it, right? You actually did something with it. So now you can we'll work on it, but just by doing stuff on it and seeing it actually work, that's how you learn the most. Like you can run it over and over and over again and see it fail, which is perfectly fine. But that one time that you see it actually work, that's when it clicks and you're like, oh, I can do this. right? So right now it's at 500 seconds. It's been taking a while. Yeah, like it takes a while, and that's why that project that I did was important, because it saved it cut us down on like 10 minutes of having to build this image every single time. So if we can get this image installed. What time is it now? We'll see what we do from here. Because I think by disabling this part right here, I think I can go into the into the machine, set up. Is the port exposed though? The port might not be. I did kind of need this port to be exposed. Let me see what else we have over here. Actually, no, I might not need it to be exposed. I have to look at my. Actually, I can do it like that. While we're waiting, let's do this. All right. So we're doing port on this project. We did port 8091. So this was using the Selenium grid. I was running the test off of this server. Okay. All right. So it's done. Use Docker scan to run sneak tests against images to find vulnerabilities and learn how to fix them. All right, we can do that another time, but we also don't want us to have our own show on the bug bite. So anyways, let's keep going. So here we need to initialize Docker, initialize the database. So we're going to do Docker compose. I wonder if there's an airflow in it in this file. Okay, so there is airflow in it. Or let me see. So those are all the depends on. All right, so there goes airflow in it. This is really, really good code. Like, this is really, really good code. So airflow in it, airflow, entry point bin bash, and then once you get into bin bash, you go ahead and you run these commands over here. All right, let's do it. What's this? Bye, Stephanie. Thank you for being here as always. Have a good night or morning in Taiwan, everyone. Thank you, Stephanie. Talk to you tomorrow. And even good guys saying good night. All right, so let's see here. So the Python variable is not set, defaulting to blank. Blank. Mongo defaulting to blank. Python path variable not set, defaulting to blank. Open. All right, let's look at his documentation. Close that. Oh, okay, he's setting this somewhere. Let's see here.
Lunch break! Lunch break!
I even need a database right now? I don't even think I need a database right now, to be honest with you. I can always come back and revisit that, but what if I do just Docker? Oh, I didn't know you could do this though. So what we're doing right here is setting like just running a particular part of here. But let's see what happens. Docker. No. Just curious. Let's see what happens if you do this. So let's see here. All right, let's go to a break. All right, so we are making progress. We got the Docker image built. Right, it took some time, but we got it built. We need to do the database. We gotta pass some values for it. But pretty much we are in a good shape right now. I'm debating if I should go for. Let's turn off this. Let's see. Should we go for one more session? No, we're gonna go for one more session. I'm gonna get a drink and get something to drink, and then we're gonna go for one more session because I do not want to leave it here. All right, I want to do more. What we'll do is I'll hard code some database information. You know, I'll hard code this information, and we'll see what we can pull off. All right, I mean, there's probably some file in here that would define it. It was architecture. But I actually want to OS environment variable. That makes sense. Yeah, I'm just gonna hard code that when we get back. But we'll get me something to drink so I can get the energy to finish off the night with you, wonderful people. So be right back. All right, so I'm back. All right, got me a something to drink to give me the energy to get us through one more segment. All right, so let's in this last minute that we have left of our break, let's look for some more project management jobs. All right. So let's see. Scrum Master, Hartford, Connecticut, 87K to 144K. So when I hear Scrum Masters, I normally automatically assume it's going to be with IT, but taking care of our customers, our communities, and each other. All right. Target openings. All right. What you actually do: act as a Scrum Kanban master for a team that supports our agent portal, which provides information and application access to 200K plus travelers agents. KPIs, all that good stuff. I love Scrum Masters, to be honest. Like, I like Scrum, but like the work that the Scrum Masters do, oh, absolutely amazing. It's they always have like these good ideas to keep the team moving in the right direction. So I think they're amazing. Really appreciate the Scrum Master that I work with as well. So let's see what
Get a
else we
move
got.
on. Back to work. Chop, chop. Let's go. Come on, get a move on. You're back to work. Back to work. Back to work.
I'm going to dedicate a few extra minutes to this because I had to step away for a second. So let's see. You know what? I'm going to reach out to Love C and ask her if she ever heard of the Scrum Master position because I don't know. I'm going to talk to her about it. I think that's pretty cool. At 87K to 144K, that is nice. All right. So let's see. Fiserv project manager, Coral Springs, local to where I'm located, and organize projects from other project managers into programs and activities in accordance with the mission and goal of the organization. Develop new programs to support the strategic direction. What you will need to have: proven experience in program or large project management, proven stakeholder management skills, 10 years of management experience. Ooh, that's a long time. Bostic Steel in Miami, Florida, project manager. And make these bigger. All right. Let's see. Through knowledge in construction industry, experience in Procore, Bluebeam, Excel. Responsible for planning, managing, and leading all activities associated with miscellaneous steel projects from the beginning to the end. Work closely with other management teams, including shop, field. All right. 80 to 70K. Let's see what else is there out there. IT project manager. Say, what's this? But there's, I mean, yeah, I think the one that I didn't think about it, but the one that I always hear of is like the IT project manager. But there's project managers for every single, which it makes it a pretty decent field to go into because there's so many opportunities because every sector needs a project manager. You know, the tour project, 90K, remote in Washington. Internet freedom nonprofit seeks project manager. The tour project is a 501c3 nonprofit organization advancing human rights and freedoms by creating and deploying free and open source anonymity and privacy technologies. Is seeking a project manager with product experience to help coordinate our Tor browser, desktop, and mobile UX UI. How many applicants do you have for this? 283. Responsibilities. Solid project management background. Technical project manager. Project manager at Trimble. Scrum Master Junior Scrum Master. Project manager, Burns Engineering, Orlando, Florida, hybrid. right, cool. I mean, good insight. Very good insight for the project manager roles, which Scrum Masters are, they're not project managers, but they're kind of close. The guy says Tor project manager for Darknet. That's why I quickly clicked out of that. That's what it seemed like. I'm like, let's not go into that. Project manager, Scrum Master, Mecha Capital, 85K. Must be an expert in managing development teams that use API code, Flutter, React Native, and have proven success as an app development project manager or Scrum Master. Minimum of 3 years experience. Is 3 years what it takes to be considered an expert now? Dang, that's. I wonder what that makes me. Wait a second. It's a part-time job? Oh, it's a contract job. Well, $85 to $125 an hour. That's not bad at all, I must say. Interesting. Anyways, I think that's pretty good research that we did on the project management. I'm gonna forward these little sessions to Love C so she can take a look at what I saw in our quest for project manager jobs. But let's try to finish up tonight, right? Let's do one more 20-minute segment before we call it a night, and then we will definitely pick up. I'm having so much fun with this. I know that John is gonna. Sorry for keep calling you John, but I have to because I don't like messing up your name, and I think I'm messing it up. So, and I saw that you had John on your GitHub, so I was like, oh, let me go with John. But I know he's gonna watch it and he's gonna see what we did so far. I don't think I am getting as far as he has, so bear with me as we get there, okay? So, what we're gonna do, we're gonna put up our line.
It's time to do.
And we're gonna go to the screen. And all right, so the area that we're getting is we need to set these things. Python path. So Python. All right, let's see. Don't need that. We're here. Let me see. Python path is not set defaulting to a blank screen. How is it not set? Let me see. Environment, Airflow. Oh, okay. So we need a .env file. And that does. Let's see. In order to add custom dependencies, let's read this a little bit. In order to add custom dependencies, comment the image line and place your Docker file in the directory where you place your Docker compose.yaml. Uncomment the build line below. Oh, let's try this. Oh, I thought I was going to build the whole thing over. Wait a second. So in order to add custom dependencies or upgrade provider packages, you can use your extended image, comment the image line, where you place the uncomment the build. All right, so I don't want to do that. I want to go here. So I don't have an env file. Let's see. Where's Donald? You need him. Let's see here. Additional PIP additional requirements. Fine. User documents work. Okay, so you want to route that to the volume, and then Airflow. Python path. All right. So what is? So what I suspect we're going to need then is. So here's how I should. All right. So I'm looking at the error. Right. It says. This file does not exist. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just create a file and call that .env. And we're going to install the plugin. I'm going to run it again, get the error. And so now we should get a different error because now I should find the file, right? And that's how I learn. That's how I troubleshoot. That's how I become a practitioner. I'm not going to restart. Oh, look at that. I just created the file and stuff are happening. All I had to do was create the file. I didn't put any data in the file. Weird. I thought I was going to get some errors. But I did not get errors. Better late than never. But I feel like I will get some errors at some point. Now the Docker Compose file is doing, it's installing all the dependencies that we need to be able to run this Airflow container. So it's installing, shoot. Forgot something. Hold on, let's do this real quick. Oops. So let me try to stop this madness. It's not that. Okay, cool. So I want to do that one first. Whatever. So, but we didn't get the error for the .env file was not found. Setting everything to blank. But now it's setting up our database. And once that one is done, then we're going to do the Docker Compose up as it says in the instructions. So we're setting up we're initializing our database. And we're going to run Airflow with Docker Compose up -d. So good. This is working well. We're getting closer and closer. But and the thing I contest is having to use this over here. I contest that. What I want to do is, all right, things are happening. What I want to do is I want to use the automation code to do the proxy. Because what happens is when you run Selenium-Wire, that's what sets up the proxy for you. Selenium-Wire is the proxy, so you shouldn't need the MIMT proxy to get it to work. Because Selenium-Wire uses MIMT, so if you have a proxy running on that, then Selenium-Wire can't start its own proxy on that port. So that's my suspicion. Let's see what's going on. So yeah, like it takes time because it's a lot of stuff that it has to set up, to download. But this is this is see this is another form of automation, right? And this is also the same way that Terraform is infrastructure related. This is also infrastructure related, right? So, for instance, you can use Docker to set up your, Docker, Kubernetes, all that stuff to set up your environment. The same way that you would use Terraform to set up the infrastructure. So you can set up the infrastructure of Terraform. You can use Docker to say, all right, where are you gonna put where are you gonna put these softwares on? And then we get so all of this is automation, right? And that's why I explore it. That's why I dive into it, because not only am I simulating my mind into how this stuff works, but I'm also learning new skills. I'm learning new automation. So I'm like, oh, I can help with this automation. Oh, I can help with that automation. Oh, I know how to do that. I know how to do that. And even if I don't know it completely, I can figure it out. I can fail forward with it. All right. So, and that's why that's why I find this invaluable. And now by it, let's say we need to change the variables and stuff like the passwords and stuff. We can do Docker Compose down, and then when we do Docker Compose up again, it's not going to have to download all of these different layers of the image, because I mean that's what Docker is. It's like infrastructure. It's layered infrastructure. Bottom. All right, so dependency failed. Postgres is unhealthy. Oh, look at that. Why are you unhealthy, Postgres? Did you not have your vitamins today? Dependency failed to start. Container for service Postgres is unhealthy. Let's see here. Docker. Restarting in 41 seconds. So if I do what happened? Good guy? No Selenium? Docker Compose down. All of those are removed. And all these are blank strings. What is the path to Python? All right, so the .env file is part of the git ignore, so that's why we didn't get all those data in there. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. So ah. That was a good one, good guy. You got me on that one. All right, so all right? So what we can do? Let me see. Oops, not that one. I don't have. All right, so let's do this. Let me find out what the Python path would be on Airflow container. Let's see here. Okay. So let's see what we got. I'm going to do. Try it. Docker compose up again, or do that one. So you see how much faster this went this time? Because dad joke level up. All right. Dependency failed to start. Container for service. Postgres is unhealthy. All right. So now we're getting closer and closer, right? Getting closer and closer. Let's do a quick Google search for this. Why is our container unhealthy? Postgres, Docker Postgres image. Postgres container requires that Postgres user be set up with a password in order to start it. Due to security reasons, we can add a password. All right, cool. So that's what the problem is. It's because we don't have a password. So that's why it's unhealthy. So let's set up a Postgres password, right? So Postgres DB, Postgres password. How would I set it here? So let's go with Postgres. Let's see what should be. What should we name it? So it should be changing version. All right, cool. Let's see. Let's go with. Let's try this. All right, Postgres user TC. Let's go tech coach Ralph, and we go to Postgres password, and we say. Oh, yeah, you got a password. So, okay, so we go DB. So Postgres DB, and let's go call it winning. Right? And let's go, anything else we need? I don't think so. All right, let's try that again then. Oops. What? Stop. All right, well, let's recreate it. If we do that, so now that we have a Postgres password, I believe that should work. Yeah, because we don't have the errors for Postgres anymore. But I do like the progress that we made. Cool. Not enough memory available. All right, so let's look at this Airflow. So let's do this. Control C. I want to do the Docker in it though, not not Docker Compose, but the Docker in it. So close all of those, and let's do Docker Compose Airflow in it. Cool. So that's what we want to do. But I probably should do -D for that one as well. So all right, here we go. So now I can always increase this memory level later. Airflow. If you are on Linux, you should follow the instructions below. Airflow environment variable, otherwise files will be owned by root. All right, we can set an environment variable for that. So let's do this. Let's do stop it. And I'm gonna add an Airflow ID. Let me see. Airflow UID. Let's go to environment and we go to TCR. Does not miss. All right. I think that was the one. All right. So now Docker compose. Or let's just do this. And let's go with. Gonna do the -D here. Let's go. Actually, I would have wanted to see the messages actually. But we're waiting. Cool. You see, Postgres is healthy. Postgres is healthy.
Lunch break! Lunch break!
Let's push it a few more minutes. God, every time, this is what always happens to me, right? Because we get so close to it, and I'm just curious to know what happens next, and I don't want to wait all the way till next Thursday. All right, let's see. Let's just give it like a few more minutes, right? A few more minutes. So we got all of this. Postgres is healthy. So now we're gonna do Docker compose up -D. Keep it detached. And the cool thing about Docker is whoever, like when you stop something that was like being created or downloading, it picks it up from where it left off, right? So those containers is just picking up the ones that were already created and everything. Now it's just, picking it up. So we have everything. I really don't want to stop right now, but I have to. Sucks. So let's see here. Let's see. So starting the Chrome containers. This is so cool. I am so happy I did this. And I have a way better insight into the tools that the data engineers use as well. So Airflow init did not successfully complete. Is it because there's currently an Airflow init running? The service Airflow init didn't complete successfully. But I wonder if it's because we already have one running. Docker PS. All these airflows. Yeah, I think that should do it. All right, cool. So now, where are we here? So we're here. Oh my God, I can't stop right now. We're so close. So what we can do is okay. Is there any tests in here that we can run? Let me see what we have in here. Let's see here. I don't think there's any particular. Wait, so let's see what we have here. Selenium-Wire. All right. So in it, MongoDB config, all that, crawler project. Oh, so he's using this as a, so he's storing it to the crawler project database in order to, store to capture information. All right, cool. So let's see what we got. I don't think port 8080 is the best port to use in this situation because I know like other applications look to use port 8080, but it's what we have right now. Let's go with that. Let me see. So Selenium config. Let's see here. Looking for, or in the utils one, see module maybe. So let me see. So Selenium ARM hub. Suspect that's working. So here is what we're going to change. I'm going to change this to 0.0. No, that's not what I want it to be. I want it to be, hold on, let's look at our other project. I used that one here. That's not what I wanted to use. What? All right, so let's look it up. What is the Docker internal? You can see the screen that I'm using. Docker. Actually, I can just search for. I know because I had posted the results on this in their issues thing, so I can just go to that and see. You can just go to that and see what is the. Let me see. Closed. Let's see here. Configure it. Oh, there goes me right here. Let me see what I did. I did it on Amazon. I didn't put the code for Docker locally. Come on. So let's look it up. Docker Mac. There's a Docker Mac. So Docker container network host. Like that. Oh. Like Don said the other day, we forget more than we've ever learned sometimes, But it did work the other day. not that. Like docker.internal. Host.docker.internal. Okay, so what is a Linux equivalent? All right. So depending on what you're trying to do, if you're running with --net host, localhost should work. If you're using default networking, use a static IP. All right. So I'm not sure if we did this part right here, but we can always come back to it. All right. See, and so this is mine. We are just about to wrap it up. It's just hard to do it. Oh, come on, John. You got to give me a better XPath than that. But it's okay. Let me see. So if we go here, I'm going to do the same port that I did here, 8091. Yeah, this is just okay. I should have did the. We'll find out. We will find out about that part, right? Wow. Actually, where is it find that? All right, so we're gonna do here the way that it works. So it's gonna be in this one, right? That the where not the utils modules. So here, so this is good, right? The Selenium config part is good. What I need to update is this part. So that's going to be, let's try with host.docker. Oh, that's not working for them. So, oh, let's try it. So they said this wouldn't work, but let's try this. This IP address they got 172.17.0.1. Right? We have that. Let's see if that works. Okay. Just got that. And then gotta take that. Now we have to copy this into the container. So I think we have our set. So this is going to be 8091 as well. So when you run it, it should run Selenium-Wire on port 8091. So I think what's happening is when you're trying to run on 8080, something was already running on port 8080. So you don't want to run it on port 8091. And okay. So now what we want to do is, let's see. I want to say, what I want to do is copy cd dot cd dot word. So, right. So now we're gonna say cp. Right, so we're at cp src. Nope, that's it. It's docker cp src Is there any? Okay, no, that doesn't matter. So Docker CP, SRC, and then we're gonna take it to the test folder, and then we're gonna do it for. We're gonna do it for. What am I looking for? Okay, so I need to copy that into the test folder, and then I need the container name. So let's do that. Docker PS. So it's my container name. Which one do I want to copy it into? Copy into that one. Harb. So Docker CP options container. Okay, so we're gonna do Docker CP options container. Container. Wait. Okay, so container and then SRC. And test. All right, so source and test. Ooh, no such container. No such container. Okay, so what's my container name then? Docker PS. Oh, okay. I don't want to use that one though. All right. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up. I think we're very, very far into it, and I just wanted. So we have here. I was trying to see if there was a particular database I needed. I don't think it's this one, or not database, but container. I don't think it's this one. So what I wanted to do was copy it into the folder, but it's not that one that I want to copy it into. What is the name of my Airflow image? Let's see. Latest, Postgres. Let's see here. Airflow Redis 1. I feel like something's missing. Let me see. A. All right, so let's take a look at this. Let me see. What is the name of this file? Let's see. Well, oh, wait a second. All right. Well, I think we made a lot of progress. I think I'm gonna call it a night here. We are like a little step away from being able to. So what I was looking to do is copy the Selenium-Wire test into the new image for it. But I think that we're missing a step, and I'm going to find out what that step is, and we'll go from there. So, anyways, I think that's our night. I'm really enjoying this. I hope to talk to John. I hope he sees this. And I'm gonna email him the link to the show, and hopefully he finds it helpful, and we go from there. But I think this type of software exploration is so invigorating, and it's a wonderful thing. But that's that. That's that for tonight. We will pick this up again next week, Thursday, where we'll try to. I think we're very close, right? I really wanted to try to get it to run, but I'm starting to see things. So let's call it a night. All right, let's call it a night. We're gonna give it a try. We're gonna try to finish it up next Thursday night. The following Thursday, I'm not sure if I'll be live streaming because I won't be available most likely, but we'll find out. All right. Or I can just start it later. No big deal to me. I don't mind starting it later. As long as I have the right internet and stuff like that. So on that note, we have come to the end, my friends. If you haven't done so yet, check out the Tech Coach Ralph Patreon. So much valuable insight in there that I'm giving you from my 20 years experience in the tech field and 15 years experience as a QA engineer. I am pretty sure that I can help you get to where you want to get to, but I don't make any promises because at the end of the day, it's really up to how you strategize and if you listen to me or not, right? But as you guys can see, Stephanie is doing she's being killed with interviews right now. And like I said for Chinara, a little bit of advice gave yesterday. She asked a little question and I answered back, and now she has 3 potential opportunities from going to a job fair today. So it works, all right? It works. So with that being said, if you haven't done so yet, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you can know every time that we go live. Like the video, share the video, all that good stuff. We're winning, right? I didn't play this today, but I have to.
I mean, all we do is win, man. You know that.
Yep, all we do is win. So that's what we're gonna keep doing, okay? Yeah, that's our night. We're gonna pick this up next Thursday. I can't wait. I'm so excited to work on this. I don't know. We'll see what we do, right? So that being said, once again, thank you for watching tonight. Thank you for being here with me. Good guy, thank you so much. Stephanie, thank you for being here with me. And everybody else was in the chat who's watching, those who watch it on the replay, thank you so much for all that you do. You guys are truly wonderful. But this time has come. I gotta go. So until next time, this is Tech Coach Ralph signing off.
You might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts! Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again! Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.
Hear me, warriors of the North. Today we have tasted the sweet nectar of victory. Our foes indeed defeated, and their lands are now bound before us. The gods themselves have favored our glorious deeds on this glorious day. We have shed blood, sweat, and tears to claim this land. Our relentless spirit, our unyielding determination, these are the very essence of our people. It's been our ancestors rejoice in the halls of Valhalla. For today, we have added to their eternal glory. Our victories will echo throughout the ages, and our names will be etched in the annals of history. But let us not forget the price and pain that brothers and sisters we lost. They now feast in the hall of our forefathers, watching over us with pride. Their sacrifice has paved the way for this moment of triumph. As we celebrate this conquest, let us also remember that our journey is far from over. More land awaits our conquest, more battles upon us forth, and the fire in our hearts burn ever brighter, for there is no limit to what we can achieve. To those who dare stand against us, let them tremble in fear, for they shall witness the fury of the northern storm, the wrath of the untamed barbarians. Today we celebrate our victory. Tomorrow, we set our sights on new horizons, uncharted land where our banners will fly high. We are Vikings, we're barbarians, we are masters of conquest.